this is the kind of stuff you got to deal with when your machine sits outside. This is the 1400. Yeah, there's the number. And it's not as bad as I expected. I thought if it was going to be froze, it'd be pulled up the water up here and froze solid, but it's just right there at the bottom. It's Friday the 21st, I think. It's like 10 degrees out. The ground is solid. Got down to 9 last night. It might be up to 13 now. But I ain't got a whole lot of time because the sun's out. So if I can't get this thing undone, I'm just going to run. And if I have to, shovel the beans out of the machine to get them in the truck. I went over and greased stuff, got her fueled up. It's warming up now. It really didn't want to start because of the battery, but it started finally. So stick with me and we'll cut some beans. Alright, so after a slight scare on my hydro, we're moving. I got the auger undone. I haven't tried to turn it on, but I spun it by turning the pulley for it, and it turns. But I got up in here to go to the back, you know, the beans over there, and it didn't want to move. And being that we already know, reverse went out in my hydrostat, and I had to find my actual reverse. If this were a manual combine, the gear was actually still in the transmission. It was just blocked off. So I had to take a block off the linkage and able to access that, so I have reverse. So I thought my hydro was pretty well taking a crap, and it wasn't. It's just cold and stiff. I got down there and tapped on it with a hammer, actually the handle of the hammer, because I didn't want to be smacking on a drive unit with it cold, and not to mention just in general, you know, it's probably not something you would want to do. And I think it was just this cable bound up. That's happened to me before, where this thing gets, it's like the cable gets bound up, and see how red and rusty that is? I have sprayed WD-40, PB Blaster. There was another one. Anyways, a bunch of penetrating oil down in that thing over the course of a couple years, trying to get it to trail down, and every time I come back to it, it looks like rust. So that cable's pretty well shot, as is the but the rest of the combine. But this dash panel and all these controls are very similar to the TR70 I bought off Jacob. It's not home yet. I'm gonna try to get it this weekend. Like I said, today's Friday. The gear shifter's different, but that really wasn't a major concern. Basically I have to work tomorrow, and I just took today off instead of Monday. I got seniority, so I usually always get Mondays off. That way I still have the 2 days, off in a row. But I elected to switch with the guy and let him have it. That way I could do this today with the ground froze, and it still looks okay. I don't see any shiny. The sun's on it, obviously. It's probably like 9:30 by now. I came out really early, like at the crack of dawn, and there was still a whole bunch of frost on all the plants, and I didn't know if that would interfere, with taking moisture into the combine or anything like that, or I don't know. So I just thought it'd be best to wait till the frost gets off the plants. I'm going to try to attack down in that hole there first, because that's probably going to be the wettest, as well as it stays wet because it doesn't get sun until late in the afternoon. So that means it's going to be more frozen than the top at this time of day, because it's not gotten any sun yet. So let me get down here across the infamous creek ditch, and I'll get back with you. All right, 30 feet in, well, maybe 50. And we found our first issue, or next issue, or third issue. Maybe third. This is the third one, so maybe third time's a charm. We'll get her going. But there's a pulley up in there. I thought I had plugged it, and I thought there's no way. And these pathetic little twig beans, I mean, they're just, you know what I mean? They're so old, they're just, they're falling apart. Thought there's no way it's plugged. I opened up the sieves, started to go, and then went in again. This belt, it could be tighter, but they're not, you know, terrible. I'm pretty sure, I would say that the if you look right up in there, there's a pulley, and I'm gonna get to it. I would say that the most likely that pulley is that, you know, like the tensioner arm for it isn't moving correctly. Probably froze up, stuck, rusted, greasy, you know, whatever. Yeah, she's a beaut. Yeah, so let me get this panel off and flipped up here, and maybe we'll see what doesn't happen. I do kind of like this about it. That whole thing flops up. Yeah, but I'm gonna guess that hydro belt looks great. Yeah, that's the steering. I don't remember which pump that is. I think that's the steering. I'm thinking I've got something going on here, because it seems like, of course, that looks really cracked too, and I have a new one of these, just never put it on. Oh, she's doing real good. That doesn't make me worry at all about getting today done. Let me assess the situation and I'll get back with you. Well, I found my issue, and the issue is there's a roll pin right there that's sheared off, and somebody like torched this hole out before, so I'm gonna go ahead and say that happened previously, you know, or it's happened before. I obviously don't have any roll pins with me, so I'm gonna find something to jam in there and continue going. Talk about the most uncomfortable position to be working in, laying on top of a ladder that's half as wide as you are because you're overweight. I did get a bolt. I'm going to try hammering in there. It fits through the bore of the shaft. It's kind of snug. Let's see if probably don't even have enough. I'll have to get something, I guess, to probably to use as a punch. Maybe if I hold it like that. I don't know, maybe I'll set you right there, and I don't know if you can see good there or not. Maybe I should set you over here. Who knows, you can sit right here. There's a frozen something here. Yeah, I don't have a good camera mount for positions like this, obviously. I guess I will be right back. Wrench that I'm going to try to see if I can hit that nut in with. The camera fell down, didn't it? Okay. Hopefully you can see that. Some, but now I think my wrench is actually hitting the shaft. So, well, let me tell you, if I could have, see, somebody's old grape drink that I never cleaned out of here, maybe that'll hold us up some. Oh, there you went. The other option is someplace, I think I see it, I have a ratchet and a socket that I think will fit that. Ow, yeah, that's good. Maybe try threading it in. I'd need an extension for that. I don't think I have one. Oh, geez Louise. Let's see here. No extension. Did find an adjustable from where I took the shifter apart. I guess I'll just let you know here in a minute what I get figured out. I know I'll get that bolt in there. Sure to get everything lined up right and pound her in. So stick with me and I'll show you what I got done after I get it done. All right, I got it in there as good as it's gonna get. It's holding for now. Hopefully it holds to combine. So let me put these side shields on and get running again and see what happens. Just still not liking it. Well, the good news is it's moving. The arm is. That's not broken anymore. Now I'll tell you the luck I have. Nothing. Concave open. Let's try jiggling it around. That usually does something. No, she's stuck. I would say it's probably because the gathering chains were continuing to put stuff in the house, the feeder house, and the cylinder engagement wasn't tight and it just bunched up there. I didn't think it was that bad though, so we'll be back. Well, the beans, they're picking. The ground is too wet. I just missed my moment of opportunity because of the linkage breaking, the combine not wanting to move. And then when I got down here and you saw where it was acting like it was plugged up, it was plugged. I don't know if something built a nest in the feeder house or what, but there was like straw, nothing I would have even ran over, you know, with the combine on. And then after I got that running, I noticed the fan wasn't spinning very quickly, and I had to dig about a 20-pound sheet of ice out of the bottom of the fan housing. So all that being said, by the time I actually got going, which I've only been going for 10 minutes, I did 2 swoops around the bottom of that hill, started to get stuck. I thought, okay, no. I come up, went down there, and did a couple, you know, back and forth here, and no, it's too wet. The beans, it's weird because you'll pick up one and it'll be dry, dusty cracking, and you pick up another one like out of the grain tank and it's mush, it's wet. I mean, not like wet, but at least 15%. You know, to the point to where the shell's wrinkled, you know, the hole is wrinkled of the actual bean itself. So, ground too soft, missed my opportunity for the frost. The beans, I would pick them if the ground went just to get it done, but they're a little wet. I think it's best if I just wait. Today's Friday. Let's see what time it is. It's noon already. Wow. 10 minutes of combine took 3 hours. That's just amazing. But anyways, so it's Friday at noon. I work tomorrow. I could get here about 6. I probably will. And then I'm either going to try again Sunday at like 3 o'clock in the morning when I know it's going to be froze, because it's supposed to be like 40 something tomorrow and 40 something Sunday, or I'll try Sunday afternoon and just hope that the actual weather dries the ground versus freezes was here yesterday and checked on the beans, or checked the ground rather, and it was for the most part pretty dry. Like I could have ran yesterday most likely, not in the soft spots, but it wouldn't have been that bad. It's just the fact that we got a heavy frost this morning. A heavy frost, like ice scraping the windshield for 5 minutes, and then I had to stop at the end of the lane and scrape it again because it frosted back over that quick. So now the top of the dirt's just greasy. You guys know how it is. So if you watch to the end, I appreciate it. Wish me luck for Saturday evening or Sunday morning at 3 o'clock in the morning. You'll see video of that. A lot of people would just say to heck with this, you know. It's probably 2 acres, 2.5 maybe. But only doing 22 acres of beans. It's a little under 22, like 21.6, or I don't remember what the math actually was on it, but that's at like 10% of our crop, you know. And it sucks that it's been this long, but try to get what you can, because this is all on the profit end, you know. Now, I've kind of already wrote these beans off. If I get them, great. If I don't, I didn't lose anything. We've already made money on the beans, but it'd be nice to get another paycheck out of them. So anyways, I'll quit rambling. You guys take care. If you want to see it, I appreciate it. If you like what you see, give me the thumbs up and come on back for more. Thanks.